Hey, what's up, y'all? Listen, I want to give a real quick shout out. Happy Father's Day. Normally, I script my videos so I don't make mistakes and do all the ahs and the ums and all that crazy nonsense. But today, I wanted to bring you something that it's completely off the cuff. It's unscripted. Um, a lot of times I talk to my videos. I teach. It's part of my nature. It's part of who I am, and I teach as if I'm talking, trying to pass on some kind of wisdom to my kids, right? To my daughters, to my son-in-laws, to my grandchildren. Leave something behind for them, and I hope that comes through for you because the greatest thing that we have is legacy, and as fathers, as sons, as grandfathers, it's important that we leave behind the lessons that we've learned. And man, I'm going to tell you, my life has not been a straight line. It's been full of lots of ups and downs, loop-de-loos. I feel like I've been at the riding the shockwave or something out at Six Flags, and if any of you were ever in, I don't even know if the shockwave is still around, but growing up, the shockwave was like the double loop-de-loop roller coaster out at Six Flags in Arlington, Texas, that we used to ride all the time as a kid. And hitting those loops were crazy. I mean, a couple years ago, I was out in Orlando and we rode the Velociraptor that was, man, probably three times the speed, and it had twists and it had loops, and man, it was like so much worse, crazier than the shockwave. But I mean, I think that's what my life has been like. It's a great definition for life. And I talk a lot about real estate. I talk a lot about cash flow and money and passing these things on. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I want to share something with you today that's really, it tugs at my heart a lot. And I learned this years and years ago, and I don't know that I practice it well. I understand the concept, but I've got a heart to teach people. And when I see men that are going down a path and they can be doing something different, a lot of times I overstep my bounds and I say more than I probably should. And I'll explain that with this passage. Okay, this is Jesus talking to his disciples in Matthew chapter 7, verse 6. It says, "Do not give what is holy to the dogs, nor cast your pearls before swines, lest they trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces." That is such an intense passage. And as a young man, when I was 19 years old, the very first time that I sat down with somebody to study the Bible, I had been reading passages like this, and I didn't understand what it meant. And I asked this man, who became one of my greatest mentors in faith, Steve Schmidt. I'll give a shout out to Steve. He was one of my greatest mentors in my faith. And as a young man, I was so unstable emotionally. I had no direction in my life. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea what I was doing. And when we sat down to study the Bible, this was one of the passages that I told him I wanted to understand. And so he kind of helped me understand this, that when we have these pearls of wisdom, we have pearls of knowledge, and we're talking to someone who thinks they know everything. They've got a certain level of arrogance, and they already know everything, and they're not going to put into practice anything that you're sharing with them. Well, what Jesus told these guys was, hold on to it. Don't give it to them. They're not going to do anything with it anyways. They're going to trample it under their feet, and they're going to turn on you They're going to tell you that you've done whatever, that you hurt them, that your teachings are worthless, that they're no good. They're going to do all kinds of things, right? I have been hurt more by other Christians and people inside the church than I have outside the church. And that's hard. That's a hard pill to swallow. I've dedicated most of my life to, trying to help people and serve people. And, it's just painful when your intentions are good, right? As a father, you probably know this. If you're a father of my age and your kids are out of the house, it's possible that you've gone through stages when your kids didn't really care for you too much. They didn't understand what you were trying to teach them. And they may not really fully understand what you were trying to teach them until they're a little bit older. And so don't lose heart. Don't lose faith. Hold on. On this day, happy Father's Day. Just know that you're doing the best you can with the knowledge that you have, and that it's not all lost. Okay? So fathers, grandfathers out there, man, I want you to have a fantastic Father's Day. Enjoy your kids if you have the opportunity, and just know that you're not alone in the fight. You're not alone in the battle. You got this. You got this. Happy Father's Day. Have a fantastic, fantastic day. Cook out. Enjoy the U.S. Open. Do something for you. All right. Happy Father's Day, guys.